Howard Beck, Bleacher Report senior NBA writer, joins us, and I share in your pain and your misery and your anger and your frustration, Howard, because every year at this time I say the same thing. The media should not be voting on the all-NBA teams. So why is the media voting on the all-NBA teams?
Good morning, Dan. It's complicated, or at least my own feelings on it are complicated. So let me make it clear on this level. I don't mind us being involved as voters, although that has other implications too, even if there were no money attached. The league needs a voting body that is as impartial as possible. People can scoff if they want, as whether or not we're impartial and make good judgments, blah, blah, blah. We are a better voting body than the players or the coaches. And if people want to debate that, they can, but I don't think there's much discussion there. And the league has the media do it over those other options for a reason. What the problem for me really is this, that in the last CBA negotiated a few years back, they created the Supermax, and to decide how to qualify for the Supermax, the league lawyers and the union lawyers decided to attach it to things like All-NBA and MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, and that if you achieved certain of these marks within a certain span, you'd be eligible for a bigger contract, so that teams had a better tool to try to keep, say, Kevin Durant from leaving Oklahoma, which is what spurred that discussion at the bargaining table in the first place. Well, so what happened as a result? They ended up tying tens of millions of dollars to awards that are decided by us in the media, putting us in just an awful position. We should not, I'll be as clear as possible, we absolutely, positively should not be, as media folks covering the league, put in a position to determine what any of these guys make. And if it's just, the awards themselves, people can say, well, even before they put this in the CBA, you could say that guys winning certain honors probably helped them at the bargaining table. Okay, that's fine if it's just a negotiating point. But you know who the great players are and what they earn or what they should or are valued at anyway. But specifically tying either bonuses or a different kind of contract, a bigger contract, to awards voted on by us puts us in a terrible spot. I wish they'd never done it. I've told them that. Not that my opinion matters to the NBA and union lawyers.
Well, I've been yelling, too, from the mountaintops about another thing, is that we got to stop with it. You have to have a center, 2 forwards, and 2 guards. I want to have the 15 best players. I don't need to have Rudy Gobert make third team All-NBA. He's not one of the top 15 players. And plus, Kevin Durant at some time could be listed as, a center, or Draymond Green could, or Steph could be a 2. What's James Harden? We got to stop with these designations because they're positionless now in the NBA.
Amen. And Bob Ryan made a great point on Twitter the other day. There's a funny sentence. Bob Ryan made a great point on Twitter. I love that Bob Ryan is on Twitter. I love it. But Bob got on Twitter speaking from the NBA mountaintops, and he has seen all of it in the entire evolution of the game, saying, listen, folks, Steph Curry is not a point guard, and it's not an insult. He's just a great scorer and shooter and a guard who happens to also be really good with the ball in his hands. And on that team, frankly, Draymond Green plays a lot of point forward. He handles a lot of the playmaking. And at times Kevin Durant, when he's healthy, handles a lot of playmaking. And so our old designations of point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and especially in this era, they just don't feel that relevant. And I'm with you, and Rachel Nichols has made the point loudly on the jump as well, that especially for All-NBA, having the top 15 players in the league is more important than carving out designations for, old labels that don't feel as relevant today. And I'm with you. Having to stick 3 centers on there, even though the center position has become revolutionized. This is not the days where Jamal McGlure makes the All-Star team because you just needed a center. But the NBA has already eliminated the center from the All-Star ballot, did it years ago.
Yeah.
Why it's still on the All-NBA ballot is beyond me.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.